Good afternoon, Ken and Sue. Thank you guys for coming in today. Certainly do appreciate that. As you guys are aware, over the last several months we've been working together to put together a comprehensive financial plan for you guys, and specifically today I wanted to go over education planning and your educational goals for the three children. You guys had a stated goal to fully fund 4 years of tuition at a state university for each child. Just to give us a time frame of the ages, Brentley is 10, Bailey 5, and Bethany 2. So we're going to have 8 years until Brentley starts school, and then 16 years for Bethany to start school that we would want to fund. Current tuition that we have agreed upon is going to be $23,000 on an annual basis, and we're looking for that to increase at 6% per year. Recommendations that I looked forward in regards to this. I did consider a Coverdale savings account, but ultimately went with a 529 plan, or 529 college savings plan, which is extremely popular. Both have their benefits. However, the Coverdale limits us to $2,000 on an annual basis of contributions, which might be a little low. You never know. And I went with the 529 plan, very popular, but has much higher contribution amount on an annual basis. And I thought that was important to consider, as you guys have stated that potentially selling your rental, the proceeds there would go to retirement and or education planning. So I wanted to give us some flexibility as far as the contribution amounts. Also, you never know about an unexpected windfall in money. Potentially, crazy things have happened. So just to give us that higher dollar amount for the contribution limit, I thought was important. But setting up a 529 plan, fairly straightforward, and the goal would be to fund 3 separate plans where each child is a beneficiary on the plan, and you guys would retain ownership of each plan. This is important, that you guys would have control and some flexibility as far as changing the beneficiary. Now, we are planning for each child to have his own 529 plan, or at least they're on there as the beneficiary. But you, as the owner, would be able to change out the beneficiary. This would be important, for example, if Brentley, who's age 10, let's say, obtains scholarship dollars to play baseball. Well, he would no longer need the proceeds inside the 529 plan, and you guys as the owners could change up the beneficiary and maybe put it in Bethany or in Bailey's name. So that's advantageous and a big part of the 529 plan. Benefits of this are going to include tax deferral. Assets held inside the account will grow on a tax deferred basis, and any distributions would be excludable from our gross income if they're used for qualified expenses such as tuition, which it's important to keep our eye on the ball here and understand that this is truly held for tuition dollars, not there to buy a TV or a down payment on a car, groceries, vacation, anything like that. It's important to understand that these assets are held for tuition. And if they are, we're going to be in a pretty good situation because of the tax advantages associated with the 529 plan. Some other advantages and benefits to the plan include low management fees, lower commission fees, along with the tax deferred growth on this. We can really hopefully grow this to a sufficient amount that we would need. Also, state tax deduction or tax exemptions. If we would elect a 529 plan in our state of residence, we may be able to benefit from that, and that could also be something that's advantageous. So as you can see, there's a lot of benefits and advantages of setting up the 529 plan, and ultimately that's what I would elect as a recommendation for you guys to go through to reach this educational goal that you have for each child. at this point, I'd like to open it up to any questions that you guys may have and go from there.